ang pinaka nakakatulong is the RSI for me, right? So, yun yung dalawa, support resistance and then RSI.
Still believe yung sa Philippine stocks natin as Pinoys.
Yeah, okay naman. The companies are doing well. So as long as the companies are doing well, their valuation will always supersede the current prices, di ba, of the stock. So there's always that chance for it to go up. Malaki ang chance. The question is just when, di ba? So if you're asking na, do I still think Philippine stocks is still gonna go up? I will say yes. But ganito lang yan, as you mature as an investor, you will find out na outside your comfort zone, parang comfort zone kasi natin yung Philippine Stock Exchange kasi kilala natin yung companies, di ba? Na experience talaga natin sila. But as an investor, you mature, you will see other better investment markets out there. If you ask me, saan mas magandang mag-invest sa Philippine Stock Exchange ba? Or compared to Nasdaq, US, di ba? Andun yung sila Google, Microsoft, Amazon, andoon. Siyempre, mas maganda ang investments sa ibang markets.
I have a question. Maganda yung sinabi mo that as you are teaching your students, they have a system. I know itong system na to, it can be a course that you offer or something. But siguro for those who are just joining ito sa channel natin sa Stock Smarts, anong ba yung mga system na parang as an overview lang na they need to take note every time that they will do a trade or sell or buy? Ano ba yung dapat meron sa sistema na that's working for you, na for a newbie trader, dapat kasama sa sistema nila?
Right. Actually, it's a service I provide to everyone for free. I basically, this is counterintuitive kasi sa karamihan. Dati kasi I've been teaching people about trading first. I do not try to spoon feed everyone para matuto sila, 'di ba? Kasi pangit ng spoon feeding eh. But turned out it worked. The other way around works better. So what I did is I let people see my trades. And then I teach them how to look for the trades. I mean, tinitignan nila yung mga trades ko and I teach them how to filter my best trades. If susundin lang nila yung best trades, they already have the bias. Uy, Sir Lloyd did this. Ito yung sinabi niya sa akin na sizes and ganito, ganyan. And they just copy the trade manually on their trading account. And then that's it. I'm able to give them a glimpse of how I look at the trades and how I manage my risks. And that is where it starts. Kasi ganito yan eh. It's more of a signal-based trading eh. I basically tell them what to trade already because kinokopya na nila yung trades ko eh. However good the signal is, right? Kahit pa 100% yung signal na yan na binibigay ng tao sa'yo on the trade, if you don't know how to manage your risk, masusunog at masusunog ka pa rin. That's the reality of it. So, at least this time, pag binigyan ko na sila ng bias, binigyan ko na ng signal, I teach them how to manage the risk. If they just follow the system, the trade sizes and everything, if they follow that, then okay. Pag nasunog sila, meaning meron linakihan nila yung trades nila. So, it's a system I share to everyone for free. Pwede niyong kopyahin yung trades ko. Nakikita yan ng mga tao. So, that's how I basically teach my system to them.
That's so very generous of you that you just give it for free, your knowledge. Imagine if they follow it to the T. Di yayaman talaga din sila. Pero yun nga, dun magkakatalo. And siguro no, yung as you are teaching, syempre you've shown kanina there are charts. Ano yung normal pa sa bukod sa support, resistance na ginagamit mo? Do you use other technical indicators? Do you use mga MACD, RSI, moving average? Or ano normally yung ano mo? So that for people who are also wanting to be like you na experience sa trading, magkaroon sila ng extra knowledge on or at least conviction lalo kung naaral rin nila yung mga indicators na to.
True. Sa Forex kasi, unang-una is the fundamentals. I only trade, uh, I will say, economies, or I will say, yung pairs or currencies ng isang country which has stable yung economics nila. Right? Marami kasing currencies like Japan, na Japanese yen, ganyan. Japanese yen is very trending. Kung umakyat yan, sobrang taas. Kung bumaba yan, sobrang baba naman. Yung una is fundamentally good pairs. Yung very stable yung exchange nila. Let's say, for example, how do I describe stability of a forex pair? Let's say, for example, US and Philippine peso. Diba yung stability level natin is at around 56 pesos, 55, 56 pesos to 58, 59. Pag nag 58, 59 yan, bumababa na naman 55, tumakit naman. So there's that stability level. So I only trade pairs that has stability levels, or mean reverting pairs ang tawag namin dyan. So fundamentally, they're good match to each other. As long as there is no bad news, it usually follows those trends. But and since there's that pattern already, ang pinaka-importante ko na technical analysis really is historical na mga major support and resistance levels. And then, ang pinaka-nakakatulong is the RSI for me. Right? So, yun yung dalawa. Support resistance and then RSI. Excuse me. So yun yung mga tinitingnan ko nga technical. It's not complicated na trading at all.
Yeah, the good thing with RSI then, at least you will know kung ano ba to, oversold na to or overbought na to, at least malalaman. And that's really good that you pointed that out. Na-mention mo, no, pinipili mo na trading pair yung at least fundamentally sound. Meron ka bang mga favorite trading pairs na, again, not that you're endorsing the trading pair, it's something na pwedeng aralin ng mga willing mag-forex?
Yeah, definitely. Favorite ko na trading pair is OddCAD. In fact, I have a trading system na pinapakopy na odd Australian dollars and Canadian dollars lang ang tinitrade. It's my favorite and pinaka-stable na pair talaga na tinitrade. If you guys wanna check it out, tignan nyo, nag-check out halos lagi yung mga technical analysis na pinag-aaralan nyo dyan.
Yes. So, the good thing, no, that even if we are in the Philippines, ikaw nasa Cebu, you can have those things na pwede mo even i-trade yung Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And kanina, no, we have been talking about yung Philippine Stock Exchange. And alam naman natin, di ba, hindi lang Pilipinas yung may opportunities, but there's also investing opportunities outside, globally.
Right.
You have Forex, you have crypto, you can do global stocks. But do you still believe ba, as we go back to Philippines, do you still believe yung sa Philippine stocks natin? As Pinoys.
Yeah, okay naman. The companies are doing well. So as long as the companies are doing well, their valuation will always supersede the current prices, di ba, of the stock. So there's always that chance for it to go up. Malaking chance. The question is just when, di ba? So, if you're asking na, do I still think Philippine stocks is still gonna go up? I will say yes. But ganito lang yan. As you mature as an investor, you will find out na outside your comfort zone, parang comfort zone kasi natin yung Philippine Stock Exchange kasi kilala natin yung companies, di ba? Na experience talaga natin sila. But as an investor, you mature, you will see other better investment markets out there. Okay? So, kung I think PSE is gonna do well, I think it will do well. No questions about it. It's just that, if you ask me, saan mas magandang mag-invest, sa Philippine Stock Exchange ba? Or compared to Nasdaq, US, di ba? Andun yung sila, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, andoon. Siyempre, mas maganda ang investments sa ibang markets. So, that's how I will be answering that question, Neil.
Right. Yeah. At least thank you for sharing your perspective.
Mm.
So